Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. I'm your host with the most, Quest, alongside my man, my man, L. David Harris.
Did you kick it in? Yeah, what up?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, that's my radio voice. What up, B? Yeah, what up?
What up, dog?
What's going? Class is in session.
Word. Come on in, everybody. Enjoy yourself. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was feeling good, man. Yeah. I was feeling good.
Welcome to the two audiences, please, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Welcome to the entire Grown and Married crew. Yeah, the Grown and Married Massive, you know what I'm saying? As well as the Marriage Ain't for Suckers, the MAFs, you know what I'm saying? Massive. Yeah, big up the both of them, you know what I'm saying? And big up the you know what I'm saying, the black, yellow, and green. You don't know the thing already.
Yellow. That's why you need to come home. Because you done lost your, you done gonna say yellow. What yellow?
Black, gold, and green. Gold. Big up the whole crew. There, yeah, and everybody sit down on Jam Rock and the whole thing. But I don't know the thing already. Bless up. The whole crew. Yeah, but shouts out to the Grown and Married crew. Shouts out to MAFs. It is indeed a lovely day today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just love these months, D. Talk to me in another 5-6 months from now and see how.
Yeah, you don't really definitely can't move with the cold.
Don't worry, that'll change soon enough. Soon and very soon. Yep. So soon and very soon. Yeah, man. It was good to see Sister Green out there loving, you know what I'm saying, the Florida weather.
That Sarasota sun.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and it was hot and she was like, I'll take this over winter any day.
She's a Boricua, bro.
God.
Yeah.
Praise God. But yeah, man, other than that, everything is lovely. Had the opportunity to go to book club with my wife this weekend. Let me tell you something. If you are not investing in your marriage, shame on you. Simple little things like, and I don't get how dudes could, you know what I'm saying, like be married and not invest. Do you know that you get the sweetest things on the back end just by making an investment? Like, if you understand the whole idea of investing and return on investment, bro, let me tell you something. Your marriage is probably one of the sweetest things that you can invest in.
I understood my investment yesterday.
Oh, praise him. Yes, indeed. And so, yeah, man, we had a good conversation this weekend, and it's crazy, man, because couple of couples that usually come are getting some serious breakthroughs. I was getting some serious breakthroughs, just for me and my personal growth, if you will, as it relates to being a husband and father. And yeah, what a joy it is to be able to do that with her. So shouts out to Faith, my lovely bride, man.
Keep the faith.
Yeah, no doubt. We had an enjoyable time this weekend. Yeah, we getting better, man. We're trying to get them reps in. You feel me?
Yeah. Yo, listen. So there's a nice woman who's also our church sister, but I didn't know her. I don't know her. And she's a radio personality. I'll just keep it as that, like that. I won't get any more specific, right? Yeah. So she said to Simone the other day that she was just so happy to meet her. right? Mm-hmm. But it was a little more than that, right? Mm-hmm. And so as Simone's telling me the story, I'm trying to figure out, like, what does that mean? Like, what is the context of it, right? Mm-hmm. Guess what? Because her husband be talking her up, like how she's so sweet. She's so wonderful all the time.
You see that?
I wasn't ready, Quest.
You see that?
Because here, I really can't go much of anywhere near here without somebody knowing me from something, right? So I was expecting that to be the context. You know, I saw you on CVM. I saw you on whatever TV. I heard you on the radio. I heard you. Something in that along those. No, it had nothing to do with that. You're not the wife of that. It was like when he talks about you, it's so wonderful kind of thing. And I mean it, man. What? How you mean?
Yeah.
So I thought that was dope. Like that was great. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. So big up to who I'm not going to say the name of.
Mm-hmm. And you know I got to hear it too. How is things on the JA side?
Yo, life is life, Quest.
Yeah, done no.
Let me show you.
Done. I'm gonna have to go get one now so I can put back here and change the game up. You know what I'm saying? Word up. I'm gonna have to go and get one so I can change the game.
Yo, you should get me real good one day and just hit a button and the joint scroll down, like drop it like they be doing in the stadium. That would be so.
Roll down and
I would throw my mic at the screen. That would be so dope.
And just be like, click,
and then switch off.
Click,
yeah,
click, click. Just roll through them.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Go ahead, man.
Yes, indeed. Well, yeah, man. Let me jump into it, man. Shouts out to Breathe University. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. Eric Thomas, my man, my mellow. Like for real, it's funny. I laugh at all the write-ups when they be like PhD and you know what I'm saying, critically acclaimed. And my man's like, don't do that. Don't do that because I didn't like school. And if you do that, then I feel like I got to read something or study something. He said, I got this for a whole other reason.
He got school PTSD, Quest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. He's just like, yo, I got this for a whole different reason. Not what you think it is. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. I'm a high school dropout. Yep. And I was homeless. Don't get it twisted, right?
And then I'm glad. But he did earn what he earned.
He earned what he earned, but he kept it in front of him to keep it grounded. And one of the things he always says is that, like, for real, I don't get caught up in the hype, and I ain't gonna let you let me get caught up in the hype.
Yeah, don't believe my own hype.
Yep. And more importantly, I love what he does spiritually than what he does in the world, and that's the thing that really. But not to get long-winded behind it, man. He's what they consider the critically acclaimed author, world-renowned speaker, educator, pastor. And speaking of pastor, the church in Lansing, a place of change ministry, is now open, and the church is phenomenal. I'm gonna take a trip up there in a couple of weeks, man, and go support, man, and just like, I can't believe you did it. You did it. Mm-hmm. And so that's probably one of the best things that he's done. But he's better known as he is better known, I should say, and has taken the world by storm with his creative style and high energy messages. His words continue to impact tens of millions of people in several hundred countries across the planet. Through a significant social media presence and his recent domestic and international tours, he has become a global phenomenon. And so, like, for real, one of the things that I love that he is passionate about, and you ever know when you go into a company and there's a certain culture that they have within the company, a certain social responsibility that they have. Mm-hmm. If that be the case, then they have top-notch company culture, top-notch social responsibility, because their whole objective is to see people grow, is to see people move from one place to another. And he, like, for real, they've dedicated life and limb to those things. And so if you are trying to go to the next level and you just, like, for real, in a pit of despair, and you're just like, man, I just don't see a way out of this. I don't know how to go to the next level. Mm-hmm. But if you have the will to do it, let me tell you, then this might be the place to help you make it happen. Go by breatheuniversity.com, get the information that you need, and become a part of a family of learners and learning who are dedicated and will be accountable to you and help you and push you to the next level and achieve the life that you've always wanted to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ain't nobody going to hand it to you. You feel me? You got to do something for it.
True.
Let that first step be to go to breatheuniversity.com. And I see you at the top.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at this book, but I'm sure it's not in the audio format yet. So this program is brought to you by Audible. Get your 30-day free trial and free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/marriage with more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your Android, iPhone, Kindle, or MP3 player. And you can pick up whatever audiobook you'd like. I've actually picked up some language books. I've picked audiobooks. I've picked up some psych books because you can do enjoyment reading. You can even do some academic listening if you want to say. So it runs the gamut from different genres, different disciplines if you're into academic type stuff, and get that 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/marriage. 30 days.
30 days of free.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, nothing to lose. And whatever you download, you get to keep it. So there you go.
In the 30 days.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I love Audible. I'm not going to lie. That's the only reason I'm flagging for them, not because we're getting paid. If we get paid, right? But because I really love audiobooks. Man. Straight up.
Makes me concentrate too, rather than sitting and
you know what I'm saying? That's what makes me efficient. So go get them.
Go get them. Yeah, D. So one of the things that and let me
please
switch my man real quick. One of the things well, if we could title today, would you say we would title it Do Better?
Yeah.
Okay, so you heard me talk about the experience this weekend with Faith and just growing together. I want y'all to know that growing is not an easy process, especially when you're being challenged in ways that you've never been challenged before. But if you value growth the way that you should value growth, and I'm talking about to the extent where you value growth more than you don't, or you value not wanting to feel challenge or not wanting to feel difficulty, then you'll be in a pretty decent place. And I say that because I was working this morning and just, reflecting on the book club this evening. Shouts out to Will and Tamika Green, who, like, for real, run one of the sweetest book clubs that I've ever been a part of, because it's a marriage book club. And some people like, yo, you are part of a marriage book club? Like, yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Like, I'm intentional and deliberate about investing in my marriage. I'm intentional and deliberate about allowing Faith to be, like, for real. It's a lot of dudes who, like, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. They don't want to have nothing to do with the book club. Do me a favor. All right, you better find something. It don't have to be a book club, but you better find some good ways to invest in your marriage.
Yeah.
Because, well, yeah, we'll leave it right there. Invest, because some of you are wanting returns on your investment and you ain't getting it. Invest. And so I say all of that to say, D, that in the discussion, one of the things that we were discussing as it relates to the book that we're studying right now is Love and Respect. I've read this book previously, but every time you read something again, especially a book, you get gems that you didn't get the first time that you read it.
Yeah.
So as we're reading it, we're talking about, just declaring your love for your spouse.
Beautiful.
Just saying, like, for real, sometimes wives need reassurance, right?
Yes.
That you're still there. And especially as you get to an older age, you get 40, 45, and then you see all of these images on TV with the slim bodies and the covers of Vanity Fair and whatever magazines, Vogue, and you see all of these, images that come on TV, and all of the, they downplay the thicker woman and play up the real slim woman who look like she need a plate of rice and peas and oxtail, and You know what I'm saying? So all of those things, whether we realize it or not, play an effect on our wives. And, self-image is a big thing from what I understand for females, right? And so sometimes they need to be reassured that if I don't get I love you, or you are enough, or you're all that I need from anywhere else in the world, the one place that they should come and be able to get that feeling from is us, right? And then sometimes husbands get the question that comes to them that says, yo, do you love me? Mm-hmm. What you mean? If I love you, I'm here, ain't I? I pay the, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. I pay the bills, ain't I? I come home every day, ain't I? But no, sometimes they need to hear, I love you. You are enough.
Yeah.
And here's the funny thing. 2 months from now, 3 months from now, she may need to come back again and get reassured again. And every time she comes, you need to be able to be in position and reassure her.
Are you still happy that you married me?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You still satisfied, Quest?
Yeah, I'm still satisfied. And here's the funny thing. My wife said in the meeting, D, she said that my husband has no problem expressing his love for me.
Mm-hmm.
I get kisses on the neck when I'm washing dishes. I get, you know what I'm saying? He rubs on my, you know what I'm saying? She told me all this stuff.
Don't give him too much, Quest.
No, she tried to, no, the way that she did it, she tried to shame me. I'm like, and what? It's my wife.
Thanks for telling. Like, thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, word. You know what I'm saying? And I was just letting people know that, like, for real, I do that because when she goes out into the road, I know she's an attractive woman. Yeah. I know that other people may say X, Y, and Z to her, but I want to do all the things that other people even thinking about doing. And so she could be in a position to be like, boy, please, my husband tells me that all the time.
Keep the faith.
The one thing that she did say was that, so I'm not challenged in that area. What I do, or what I would like to see outside of the stuff that he already does, is to plan something like a vacation or plan an event specifically around my anniversary or my birthday, and not buy me a gift just because it's my anniversary or my birthday, but something that you put your thought into that says faith. And I ain't gonna front, like, when she said it, I felt kind of stung by it, because I know that coming along with planning comes detail, and you know what I'm saying, and a little bit of structure, and it calls for all the things that I am not.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I was like, and I'm always down for growth. I value growth, and I value growth more than I value not feeling uncomfortable or not feeling inadequate. But so I said, I'm down. But my response after that was like, all right, now, when I get ready to start planning stuff, I don't want to hear that, oh, you could have did this or you could have did that, or, say, why you ain't do this or why you ain't do that. And her response to that was like, shoot, I'll be happy with you just attempting to do it. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, it's funny how we process information and how selfish we can be at times.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, D, I'm like, all right, you say that now, you know what I'm saying, until I do it. And then I get the response that I'm getting. But I'm just like, yo, while I was sitting here this morning, the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, yo, it's not about you in the first place. And just because you're wired to be a flamingo and you're challenged in these areas doesn't mean that you shouldn't adapt and do them every once in a while. If for anything else, she said, at least my anniversary and my birthday. So those are just 2 times right there out of the year. If you don't do it any other time, which you probably should, but even if you don't do it, you could at least do it those 2 times. And guess what? She's telling you that I'm going to be happy with that. But because I'm so caught up in not feeling inadequate, or not feeling like I'm up to par to do that because I'm not really good with details and all of that other stuff, I'm just not good at that, right? And anytime you get challenged in those areas that you're not so good in, you kind of shy away from it, especially for the flamingos, because we're all about the experience. If it don't feel the way that we want it to feel, then we go left field.
Mm-hmm.
But it then brings me back to, how am I going to grow?
Mm-hmm.
If I want to get, broaden the size of my chest or cause my arms to get bigger, and I never go to the gym, what I think I'm going to do? All right, muscle drink. Boop, boop, boop.
Mm-mm.
Now, it don't happen that way. It don't happen that way. And so I'm saying that for those of us who have the opportunity to do better, even though you might feel challenged, go through the challenge, shoulder up your cross, and go through what's waiting for you on the other side, which is growth. Mm-hmm. What do you think the end result is going to be if I do this for Faith? She's going to, and I think I know her to some extent. I think what I've done is I've caused it to be more about my feelings than what the actual reality will be.
Yeah.
Do better.
Simple as that.
And I don't have to be a whole brand new person, as you said before, right?
Yeah, no, because a lot of things are going on. I think you already expressed that end of it, like as you've heard it, ladies and gentlemen, right? Mm-hmm. So there's that healthy approach. And then there's the reciprocal that says, okay, well, spouse, I'm not talking about Faith because I don't know Faith like that to be able to speak on it. But whoever the spouses are, there should be a reciprocal approach to things that says, okay, if I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone and it's an expectation of yours, not that I do so that you do, because that's a problem. Like that, if I'm doing something so you do something, then that's something else. That's not a good relationship model, right? But I'm just saying, if a spouse has expectations that his or her spouse would step out of comfort zone, then that should be the expectation of self too.
Absolutely.
That says, comfort zone says X. Now I'm going to go ahead and walk over the line to Y. And whatever happens over there happens. We're not talking about unreasonable expectations. We're not talking about becoming different people. If I'm messy, which I'm not, so I picked it in reverse. No, I can't even make myself do it, and which would bring to actually come to the point. I'm neat, so I can't expect somebody who's not neat to suddenly enjoy neatness.
Yep.
Because I do.
Yep.
Right. I could hope for it. It's not a principle. Neatness is not a principle. As much as we say cleanliness is next to godliness, and yes, we can go in the Old Testament about clean stuff, like getting rid of mold and mildew and all of that. But if you like to put your papers like this, and I like to put my papers like this, that's not in the Bible, right?
Yep.
Right. And so we're not talking about unreasonable expectations here. But if there is something that would help our spouses feel more valued, feel listened or heard, more loved, more enriched by the relationship, or I'm really just secretly wanting to see if you're willing to even try to get out of your comfort zone, because that speaks volumes to me, then by all means, fine. As long as people aren't expecting people to be somebody else when it's not a principle. Yeah. So there you go.
And here's the thing about it. As I think deeper about it, I'm thinking like, okay, this is not something that your wife wants. This is something that she needs. I'd like to feel the love come from you. And that's the reason why there's love languages. And that's why we're wired differently. Imagine if we were all wired the same. What a boring place this would be.
No, I absolutely would not want to marry somebody who's wired like me. I absolutely would not want that.
And I it's funny you should say that. And I hope my daughter doesn't listen to this podcast, but that's the reason why we bump heads all the time, because we are wired exactly the same.
You see that? Exactly.
Every time we get into it because I am fighting me.
Right. Exactly. Which is why fine in family, but you don't want to marry that way. That's a mistake. Like, don't do it. Yeah, don't do that. But you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's funny. If this is something that she needs, like, right, if she needed a drink of water and she was too tired to get up, would I not go and get it for her? Sure.
Well, unless she's selfish and be like, I was tired too. I got my own drink, so.
Yeah. Or even if it was that deep, I got drink here. You can have some of my drink. If it was that deep, but I know it's not that deep for me. You understand? Or whatever the need may be. I'm saying this is something that she needs, and she needs to feel love from you. And it takes you to step outside your comfort zone. Do you value your comfort zone more than you value the love that you need to make sure that she feels? That's really where the question comes down to it. And if you value your comfort zone more than you value your love for your spouse, or making sure that your spouse feels that love, then we got another problem altogether.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about an irreconcilable difference. And an irreconcilable difference in this case, I'm not saying it's a ground for divorce, so don't hear that when I say that. Yeah. But an irreconcilable difference is an unwillingness to yield.
Word up.
You can't reconcile that. If somebody's unwilling to yield, if one or both persons are unwilling to yield, that can't be reconciled. Why not? Because they're not trying to work, not trying to yield, not trying to submit to the process, not trying to grow in the marriage, right?
Yeah.
Not willing to demonstrate love, man. It's easy to say it, even as much as it's difficult for some people, for whatever their reasons, to say, I like they say in these little dumb TV shows, and they can't say it. I love you. I say, okay, there, I said it. As much as that may be difficult for some people, even that is simple, man. It's just 3 words. Just say it. Boom, you say it. But there are a lot of abusers who say it. There are people who, right after they beat their wife, say, I love you. I love you. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't love you. As twisted as it sounds, right? So it's easy to say, I love you. But I think what I'm hearing is that we need to demonstrate love, man. And I can't tell you what that is in your household unless I know your household now.
So, right.
Right. But more than likely, I can't tell you what that's like. I can give a principle to say how you get on the right track. But your spouse, you're feeding off of your own family unit to know what is it that communicates. Because, communication is a 2-way street.
Of course it is.
It's constantly going in both directions. So what communicates that love in that household? And whatever that is, got to go run for it, man. Run for your life. Go get it. Yeah. Because the alternative is, why are you even married? Like, what is the purpose?
Oh, I've heard that question many a time, too. Why are we even married?
Yeah. If you're not willing to run, what's the purpose? You're not willing to grow. You're not willing to pursue love and pursue the betterment of both parties. What is the purpose? Why did you get married? To make each other miserable? Like, what you wanted a discount at the whatever gives you a discount for family? Like, why'd you do that?
But this is the thing. That's why marriage is so dope, because it forces you to growth. If you don't grow and you continue on in the space that you're operating in, you will reach the breaking point.
Yes.
So if you're going to get into marriage, for those that are dating and for those that are engaged and moving, just know that you are going to be challenged, and you're going to be challenged in ways that you've never been challenged before. And you are going to do one or two things: grow or suffer the consequences that come along with not growing. Straight up.
Wow, man. Well, Lord bless us, man. It's good because we can have these conversations in what I call a safe place. Because just listening to Quest and I talk about it, then some of these things are your thoughts. And you don't have to feel threatened. You don't have to feel like somebody's peering in on you or indicting you somehow. But now it's time to do something about it. Straight up.
Time to do something about it.
So, yeah, thank God. And just move with it. Don't resist, because you're missing a lot. You're missing out on a lot if you resist. You can see smiles on your spouse's face. Like, I don't know who lives for the smiles. I like to see when Simone's happy, bro.
I live for it, because when she's smiling, that means it's peace for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So there it is, man. I think anything else I say will be just stretching it out for the next 22 seconds. So I think I'll just pause right here, Quest.
Come on, man. You already know what it is. From shaky to good, from good to great. Ultimately, we want phenomenal, but that don't just happen. It take work.
Yeah.
So go on and do the work.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
Yeah. Holler.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, Our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.